Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostile broadcast picked up. Serious trouble. Incoming hostiles detected.
Who's got spare ammo?
Hostile broadcast detected. Hostile detected. Hostile broadcast picked up. Vital signs critical.
New ammo!
Yo, sub agent. Trinkerer Mask is here. And LMG. LMG is so powerful. When you hear LMG, you're gonna think like, yeah, pestilence. But no, pestilence now belong to the stash. Why? Trinkerer Mask is just changed the game for PvE and PvP also. As you see in the gameplay, I was hitting more than 1 million with my LMG with a crit. So pestilence doesn't give you that amount of crit. And also, no other exotic weapon can give you that huge amount of weapon damage. I'm gonna show you how to build a PvE LMG build that you can destroy enemies. It doesn't matter solo or with a group, like legendary, heroic, doesn't matter even which difficulty. Now, let me show you the build. And of course, specialization, which is minigun, it gives me like ammo over time for me and for the team also. And when I'm in cover, I'm gonna get 10% weapon handling. And also it's gonna give me armor on kill. So I'm always saying this, when you are going with the LMG, make sure to use minigun. Now, for my main gun, classic M60 replica. You know, LMG damage target out of cover, and damage to armor. For the talent, streamline, increase weapon damage by 42% when no skills are on cooldown. So obvious, you can't use skills, alright, because the talent is not gonna work. For the mod, crit chance, extra 50 rounds that you get from the minigun, as you see. And also, like, critical damage also. For my secondary, black market RBK 74E. This LMG hits so hard. As you see, 600 RPM and 60 bullets per mag. The same LMG damage target of the cover, and damage to armor. Now, for the talent and hind, grants 18% weapon damage at the cost of 25% stability and 25% accuracy. For the mode, crit chance, extra 20 round, because this gun you can't active the magazine size like extra 50 with this gun, and also crit damage and crit damage. If you can't have control on your gun, your aim is not good, you can go with the flat line and use technician specialization so you can have the mode which is past the enemy for you. For the pistol, TDI card costume. For the talent, sledgehammer. Now for the mask. This mask is amazing. It just changed the game in all content, in all mode. PvP, PvE, it doesn't matter. Trinkerer Mask, it's just perfect. Why? It's red, comes with weapon damage, and full crit chance, crit damage, and for the mode, crit damage also. Now, for the talent, pay attention for this. If your primary and secondary weapons are not exotic or named and of the same type, the secondary weapons talent will also be applied to the primary weapon. So this mask works only on high-end weapons. It doesn't work on named guns and doesn't work with the exotic weapons. And also the secondary talent is gonna go to your primary gun. The secondary weapon talent is gonna go to your primary gun. So the first gun or the primary gun is gonna have two active talent, but the secondary weapon is not gonna have double talent. It works only on your primary weapon. When you switch to your secondary weapon, the talent is not it's going to be disabled. So you're gonna have only like your current talent. Which talent it is gonna still like here I'm using unhind. I'm gonna still have only unhind when I switch to RBK. If the RBK is my secondary. And as you see the gameplay, I show you like gameplay with both with the RBK and M60 because sometimes I'm using this one and sometimes I'm using the M60 also. Now for the chest, Lingmo. It's gonna give me 20% explosive resistance and 20% skill health and 30% LMG damage. Weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, for the mode, crit damage. For the talent, artillery. Critical hit increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 stacks. Stacks up to 20 times. So the maximum is going to be 20. So we're gonna get like 20% weapon damage, and that's a huge amount because I already have a lot of crit chains. I'm gonna show you at the end. For the holster, link also weapon damage, crit damage, and crit chains. For the knee pad, link also weapon damage, crit chains. Now for the gloves, contractor gloves, it's Petrov, so it's gonna give me 10% LMG damage. Weapon damage. It's gonna give me also 8% damage to armor. And here, as you see, on both my guns, I already have 6% damage to armor. So I'm trying to get the more stacks for the damage to armor. And as you see, crit chains also. Now for the backpack, I'm using Siska because it's gonna give me 8% critical chance. Red also weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and for the mount, crit damage. For the talent, vigilance. Increase total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage, disable this buff for 4 seconds. Like 25%, that's a huge amount of weapon damage. So as you see with this build, I'm focusing on my getting like LMG damage, weapon damage, and also I'm focusing on crit. So this build's like for both. I just see the build got no expertise, and the gameplay was doesn't have like modifier. You see, I play solo, no modifier active, and as you see, I kept my weapons on expertise level 12. Why? Because at level 12, from like level 1 expertise level until 12, you're not gonna need exotic components. So it should be easy for the beginners who don't have a lot of exotic components to reach to level 12 expertise level. So I keep it like this way for even for beginners who are new to the game. Now, like for the skills, choose whatever you want. You're not gonna use it, but if it happen and used, you should switch to your secondary gun, which is going to be black market. So I kept my streamline with my main gun. So if I die or I use reviver hive to revive my teammate, I switch to RBK because unhand it's got nothing to do with the skills. So keep that in your mind. Streamline should be in your main gun and unhand should be in your secondary gun. Now for the stats. For the M60, crit chance 59 and crit damage 151. For the RBK, 59 also and 161% critical damage. And like I told you, forget about the pestilence. With this mask, this amazing exotic, you can bully the ads on the PvE content, and I have a lot of ideas with this mask for PvP and PvE also. Anyway, guys, that's for today. Give the build try and tell me what you think about, or if you have more ideas, let me know in the comment. That's for today. Skeleton Rogue. Peace out.